one medal contender in this 500. Cooper McLeod, the 24-year-old from Kirkland, Washington, we'll see skate a little bit later on. Won a bronze medal at the World Championships last year. He got the monkey off his back by qualifying for the Olympics in the 1,000 yesterday. So I talked to him a little while ago, and he said, okay, today, just about having fun. I'm relaxed and going to go out and execute my race.
I got to say in the 500, this was a key learning for me when I started winning a lot of them was you almost want to get less and less excited the closer to your race. So you've got all this adrenaline and it can tighten everything up. You want to just feel as if everything is happening around you. It's almost Zen-like when it goes well.
And Cooper McLeod, one of 2 or 3 guys looking for those 2 extra 500-meter Olympic spots to go along with Jordan Stolz, who is pre-qualified. Zach Stoppelmoor out of West Des Moines, Iowa, another real contender on the national team for this spot. And just like the women, 2 races over the next 2 days. Today and tomorrow, you'll take your best time to figure out who's headed to Milan.
And 2 of the favorites there, Cooper McLeod and Zach Stoppelmoor, you mentioned, they're paired together. They're battling for that 2nd and 3rd hopeful spot. We don't know exactly who will slot in and make the team based on who fits in the total matrix, but they are going to be head-to-head, and both of those guys are trying to make this 500-meter position.
Again, these pairs seeded, so the 6 fastest skaters will skate in the final 3 pairs. That starts with pair 14, Cooper McLeod and Zach Stoppelmoor. You'll see Connor McDermott. Mostoe earned an Olympic spot in the 1,000, and Beijing Olympian Austin Kleba. And then the final pair, Tanner Worley and Jordan Stolz, to close out the first men's 500 of this Olympic trials, with the 2nd coming up tomorrow. Again, you take your best time from the 2. So 32 men competing in this men's 500 meters. See a lot of them getting ready there in the infield, middle of this 400-meter oval. We got quite the range of ages from 16 to 60 in this field of 32. And yes, I said 66-0, as we'll see Dan Carney, the oldest ever competitor at the Olympic trials, to start us off, 60-year-old world record holder for the 60 and over age group in the 500 meters.
2 things I'm looking at in the field here, a lot of young talent, and people are seeming to hold it together even longer. What do you want to do when you're out here skating this race? Explosive, powerful, fast. It's got to be clean. You want to be down deep in that skating position, and you want to be relaxed. You think of the track and field guys who do the best 100 meters. You watch them in slow-mo, their cheeks are bouncing around as they go step to step. That's what you're looking for. Relaxed fury, I call it. You want to explode off the line, but you can't clench your teeth and punch your fist. It's got to be relaxed and down. Look for the corner entries. These guys will be going pretty close to 35 miles an hour at top speed going into that last inner corner. You want to set it up wide. It almost looks too wide as we're watching. You want them to drift out all the way to the pads if you're on the outer lane, or into the outer lane if you're going into the inner.
You're not looking for that tightest lane like maybe you would in track and field on that inside turn. All right, we got 42 years between these 2 competitors in pair 1. On the inside, it's 18-year-old Gavin Ord. You're looking at 60-year-old Dan Carney on the outside. He's a Wisconsin native, and he told us a couple days ago he's trying to break his 60 and over world record. That time to beat is 38:98.
Ready.
Well, I was talking to Dan as well, and for him, this is just a dream come true, a lifetime dream. He came to skating late as just a way to stay fit. Look at the opening split. What do we got here? 10:78. Pretty solid opening 100 meters. That is a good enough opening 100 meters to try and hit that high 38, to try and get that 60-plus world record for the 500 meters. He's getting a good draft here, too, in the backstretch. I'd say he's putting together a pretty fine race.
So Carney going to work on the inner. He already is the 60 and over world record holder in the 500 and the 1,000. Now he's trying to lower it. Again, 38:98 is where he wants the clock to stop beneath. It is close at the line. And 39:32 for Ord to win the pair ahead of the 60-year-old Carney. So no world record, but still history for Carney. He officially becomes the oldest skater in the history of these U.S. speed skating Olympic trials.
No small feat. I don't think I could do that right now. Put me out there. I don't think I could go out and skate a 39.
You know, we love having you up here in the booth, but you're just 20 years removed from your Olympic gold medal. Are we talking a 4-year comeback maybe? Put you to work now?
Absolutely not. There's no chance of that. I enjoy too much being able to sit up here and cheer these skaters on. I'm not gonna strap them on again.
So the opening time of 39:31 from the Harriman, Utah 18-year-old Gavin Ord. The marker, Dan Carney skating at his first Olympic trials at 60 years old. He is a huge speed skating fan as well. He's a podcast where he interviews a lot of the top speed skaters in the world and gets to skate with some of them here today.
That's right. That's right. Well, you're going to see a wide range of times, too, as we start going forward in the pairs here. They are ordered by seeding with the top skaters all the way at the end of the day. It gets a little bit faster and faster, typically each pair. We saw skaters starting off in the 39s. The winning times for Jordan Stolz, he has skated 33.9 here. I think to make the Olympic team, you want to see a low 34 seconds in this 500.
34-year-old Austin Carlson on the inside, the Minnesota native Riley Martin on the outside. Carlson, the Masters World Sprint Champion for the 30 and over age group for this most recent season.
Some of these guys skating this 500 meters, the sport of speed skating treats a 500 as really the only distance that every skater, distance, or sprinter will skate. Even an all-around skater will skate a 500 meters at the all-around championships. And so a lot of skaters use this like a tune-up race, like a sharpening stone to try and get yourself clean and sharp and skating well. And of course, for the sprinters trying to make the team, this is the bread and butter.
Oh, the 34-year-old Carlson got out really well. He's a full-time accountant working in real estate investment, a big Chicago Blackhawks fan as well, and the Masters World Champion with the best time so far, 38.11.
And he's happy with that race. He's pumped after the 38.11 there. Just a little bit, about a second off his personal best. At this low altitude track, pumped. He's real pumped after his 500 there. This low altitude track, when you're pushing through the air, the faster the race goes, the harder it is to get through the wind resistance. That's why you see personal bests so much faster from the high altitude ovals like Salt Lake City at 5,000 feet. We're close to sea level here, and that makes a big difference as you are accelerating up to 33, 34, 35 miles an hour.
And Joe, you may notice a lot of these older athletes, and at 34 I'm going to put Austin Carlson in the older, which hurts because I was born the same year he was. They're all Wisconsin locals right now, and that's credit to the Pettit Center. It is open to the public almost the entire year. The track is also open to the public, so it is well used, and that's how you get folks coming to speed skating later in life and eventually making it Olympic trials at 35, 55, or even 60.
That's right.
It's the third pair, Anson Quinn, 18-year-old out of Saratoga Springs, New York, on the inside. Michael Hubbs, he's 43, he's out of Dallas, Texas, on the outside. Hubbs, a great swimmer in high school. He was a swimming state champion in Texas.
This is third Olympic trials. Hubbs is also competing. He was the first deaf speed skater to make an Olympic trial. So when you see that gun go off, there's a flashing light as well for those of you who are hearing impaired. And so you can still start the sport. You see the flash, even if you don't hear the fire of the gun.
It's the first time in 12 years that Hubbs has been back at Olympic trials. He qualified in 2014, qualifies again in 2026. Anson Quinn still slightly ahead on the outside, but now Hubbs trying to chase him down. Hubbs with the red armband giving some distance now to Quinn, and Quinn takes the heat. He's into second place. Carlson's time holds up for now.
Bill, we're going to see a lot of skaters clustering in this 38, high 37 zone. And then what happens when we get to about pair number 10, you see this big jump in performance. You'll see skaters start going in 37s, 36s. When you see some of the younger guys start to skate the low 36s, that's when national team coaches start to pay attention, start to look at what those athletes are doing, who their training programs are.
Jordan Stolz continuing to loosen up on these stationary bikes, which were down below the ice rink here at the Pettit National Ice Center. We'll see him in the final pair of this 500. He's also going to race the 1500 a little more than an hour later. That may sound like a busy schedule. That is not unusual for Jordan Stolz when he goes and skates internationally on the World Cup circuit. He often skates 5 or 6 races over the course of 3 days.
He is regularly skating more events than anyone else in the world, and then he's been putting together unbelievably high volume, high intensity training weeks as well. The young man can absorb more training effort than anyone that I've ever heard of since the days of Eric Heiden, who is the legendary biggest trainer in the world.
And that's why Stolz is primed to possibly have the best Olympics since Eric Heiden in speed skating. Two 16-year-olds going toe-to-toe in this pair. Kieran Collins out of Oshkosh, Wisconsin's on the inside. He is out of the Madison Skating Club, which is the same club that produced Eric Heiden back in the 70s. To his outside, Landon Bogey, 16-year-old from Minneapolis, who's on the U.S. National Development Team this year.
Probably the most fun thing these two gentlemen are going to get to do this year, competing in Olympic trials. 500 meters in front of the big crowd, hearing everybody yelling. Obviously, neither really competing for an Olympic team spot, but this early experience of seeing this, it gives you a depth of understanding on what it takes to prepare, and just being close to some of these fast guys. Just watching Jordan Stolz, Cooper McLeod skating can improve your performance.
There's still 361 days left in the year. You're saying this is going to be the top moment here?
I'm going to go ahead and call it. Yeah, I bet skating the Olympic trials at 16 is probably going to be the best.
Kieran Collins has the lead in the pair, and the 16-year-old takes it in under 39 seconds. Fourth place for Collins at 38.94. Bogey slots into seventh. All right, so from two of the youngest competitors to the man who just broke a record as the oldest competitor at these Olympic trials, Dan Carney's with Lewis.
Yeah, Bill, he's proving that this sport does have longevity. Really interesting, Dan, you're 60. You told me you started this at 50, so this is just your 10th year, but you're the world record holder. What keeps you inspired to keep skating here?
Well, I'm not totally proud of a lot of my life before I turned 50, and anybody can, these things are decisions anybody can make to live a better lifestyle. You can do that. I found it in speed skating. I was also really fast when I first got on the ice, so that got me kind of excited to keep going, and now I'm coaching as well, and going to world championships and just meeting tons of people. The sport is fantastic.
Awesome. That's a great story. We're going to continue to follow it. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Awesome. Thank you. Cheers.
Hey, Bill. What a story. That's inspiring.
Yeah, awesome stuff, Lewis. And again, it's 60, but still getting faster. So who knows? Maybe 4 years from now, he breaks his own record. We see him at 64 for the 2030 Olympic trials. We head to our fifth pair of 16 in this men's 500. Again, it is the first of two 500s. You take your best time from today and tomorrow. Jordan Stolz, by skating, qualifies for the Olympics. He's pre-qualified. And then there are two more Olympic spots for the next two fastest times. Aiden Meacham, 18-year-old from Colorado Springs, home of the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee offices, is on the inside. 16-year-old Wisconsinner Henry Schlichting on the outside.
We talked about it right at the start of this race, just how many skaters there are who meet these qualifying standards to get into the Olympic trials. It's a time. You meet the standard, you can skate. Close to 40 men set the qualifying time. That's based on international times. The thing that I'm excited for USB skating is just how many of these young 16, 17, 18-year-old, 19-year-old guys and gals are competing at the trials. It shows that there's still a vibrancy, there's still a real talent bed. And there was a couple of years there where it looked like maybe there aren't enough skaters to keep producing great talent.
Aiden Meacham is flying away in this pair. Meacham into second. Carlson's 38.10, still the best, but Meacham second out of the opening 10.
That was a personal best for Meacham, and he's excited. Looking back on the 500-meter race, 38.5 seconds. Good lines on the young man. Is straight. If you were to draw a line right from his chin, go straight through his knee, down through his skate, right as it comes under, it means he's getting pressure right away. He's not what we call missing a push, where your skate just flops over and then you push really hard at the end. If he starts sitting a little deeper, starts getting that hip in the corner a little bit better, he's going to keep improving. He'll have a chance maybe earning himself onto a junior world team.
Deeper the sit, theoretically, the more power in each of your pushes?
Exactly. Well, think of it like this. If you were to stand up and put your leg to the side, how far does it go? Now just start sitting down like you're in a chair. Your leg naturally just goes out further and further.
So here's your standings through the first 10 of 32 to skate today. Carlson's 38.10 has the lead. Mentioned Jordan Stolz skates under 34 seconds pretty consistently. Here at sea level, or close to sea level, you imagine it's going to be somewhere in the 34s to grab those Olympic spots?
I do. I think if you want to make the team you want to skate, either in this 500 or tomorrow's, a low 34. I think that's probably going to be the qualifying time to make it onto the squad.
We head to pair number 6, 19-year-old Chicago native and current Wisconsin Badger Jerry Meck is on the inside. Another 19-year-old Finn Siebert on the outside. Siebert finished in the upper half of the 1,000 yesterday, a 13th place finish for him.
It was a good 1,000 for Siebert. I think that was kind of a breakthrough performance for him. He skated really well in a tough field.
Ready.
Both these skaters have personal bests in the 38-second mark, which means that they're competitive enough to try and put themselves into the lead at this early first half of the race. 10.6s for both these guys. That's pretty close to the fastest openers we've seen yet. When we see that big jump to the top skaters in the country, the Jordans, the Cooper McLeods, Zach Sophomores, you're going to see 9.6, 9.5, maybe 9.8, 9.9 if a guy has an off opener. So they'll be under 10 seconds going into the last pair.
Fastest in the world was set this year by Evgeny Koshechkin, 9:31. So that's where you're talking to get to the elite of the elite. Finn Siebert continues his very good weekend. He's the first under 38 seconds, mashing his PR and taking over the lead.
Huge half-second lead over the rest of the field. We saw him skate good in the 1,000. It's a great indicator. You can't skate a good 1,000 without speed. The fact that Siebert was able to skate as well as he was in that race shows he's got that easy speed. Pretty exciting for the young man. I mean, personal bests in Milwaukee when you've skated in some of the faster ovals is a great place to be. You want to be doing that in the Olympic trials. Here's that last straightaway. I think really of the field, this is the first guy we're seeing who's got actual deep power, where we'd say you've got a lot of strength in that low skating position. We're talking about you slide that leg down. It gets exponentially harder the deeper you sit, fighting all the way through the line. Big race, the first 37 we've seen so far. We're starting to see that jump in performance.
Siebert knocks Austin Carlson off the top perch. Carlson had held it for 5 pairs. 37-64. Siebert in the lead. 6 pairs down, 10 pairs to go. So 20 skaters remaining in this first of 2 men's 500s. They'll skate again tomorrow, and you take your best time to figure out the ranking order. Again, Jordan Stolz is pre-qualified by virtue of his World Cup season so far this year. There are 2 more spots up for grabs. Cooper McLeod, who's a favorite for one of those 2 spots, was starting his warm-up on ice right there behind Siebert. Jordan Stolz starting to lace up those blades. Got another Olympian on the ice here. 58-year-old Mark Pelchat skates in this 7th pair. Originally from Lewiston, Maine, now living here in Wisconsin. He skated the 500 at the 98 Olympics in Nagano and the 2002 Olympics in Salt Lake. He is paired with 17-year-old Jeremy Song.
Mark Pelchat, right side of your screen, back in his glory days. One of the best openers in the world.
Ready.
I was on that 2002 team. I'm not gonna lie. We kind of called him the old guy then. The fact that he's still out here cooking. Watch this opening split. At his best, at the 2002 Olympics, he fell in this distance, stood up, and still skated at 9.9. 10.72. You know, he just came out here in a lark to get back on the ice, and some folks said, hey, you should come out and try that qualifying standard. He made the qualifying standard. Not expected to be a threat for the team, but it's fun to see him out here.
Jordan Stolz actually mentioned Mark Pelchat's fall in his interview with Lewis yesterday, saying that was part of his inspiration to get back up and go. The 17-year-old Song with a good inside turn, but Pelchat sticking right with them. Song takes the pair and grabs 8th place.
Fun event for Mark Pelchat to come out, relive the glory days a little bit.
Started skating at 2 years old, so 56 years later, he is still at it at an Olympic trials. Jeremy Song, who wins that pair on the other end of his career, a U.S. Speed Skating National Development Team member. They identify a lot of young juniors that they can help support in their early training and coaching.
We're really moving into the part of the race where we're seeing the talented juniors who are eyeing not this Olympic team, but really the next one. And they're looking to get the reps out here. They're looking to learn about the tiny little performance differences that you need to improve to be able to start putting together the big races. This race, to get going and to get as fast as you need to, it takes so much precision on every single step. You cannot make a mistake, and you've got to be maximally explosive. It takes a lot of years to figure that out.
Well, it's Matthew Salm and Yuri Kola's job now to figure out how to be precise here. Salm, 30 years old, from Wisconsin, a data engineer full-time at IEW here in the Milwaukee area. To the outside, Yuri Kola, originally from Massachusetts, now lives here in Wisconsin, where he coaches speed skating at the Wisconsin Skating Club.
Good foot speed there on the left side of your screen. Nicola, he's trying to get up to speed. It's a full sprint. You're trying to just accelerate down that ice. 10.5s, there we go. Fastest 2 openers of the field so far. It's this combination of getting off the line with quick feet, but then getting down into that skating position where you're really driving through your hips and through your legs. And that's why you see these skaters with those giant legs when you start seeing the best in the world. It's such a power sport.
Nicola had a nice lean on the inside corner there, allowed him to move ahead of Som. Jori Kola speeds to the line and takes over first, 37.55, a personal best at 26 for Kola.
Good race. Jori Kola there. Great skating. That was probably the best technical skating we've seen yet. It's good that he's coaching. He knows what he's doing. He's got great lines. He's relaxed. He's down. He got off the line fast with good foot speed, but he wasn't overrunning it. You know, he comes around this corner here. Watch this lean that you were talking about, Bill. Oh, that's a nice corner. His hips are in. He's looking around the corner, but he's not twisting his shoulders in, which is an inclination that some of the younger skaters have. Here he is driving down to the start. Watch that little pop in the hips. That's the only thing I'd say improve on. He has this little tiny hitch right at the end of the push. You lose a bit of power there, but hey, man, great race. Skated himself into the lead so far. Again, we expect every single pair to be getting faster and faster.
And now we've hit the midway point. That was pair 8 of 16. So 16 have skated, 16 still to skate in this first of 2 men's 500s over the next 2 days. Jori Kola leads. Again, Jordan Stolz, by skating here, earns his spot in the 500. Over the next 2 days, we'll determine the other 2 spots in the men's 500. Best 2 times from the next 2 days get those spots. Stolz starting his warm-up process on that inside lane.
When I was preparing for the 2002 Olympics, I was in a not as good position, a similar position. I was already a medal winner, and I was already pre-qualified for the 500. And it's a great feeling to know you've got the spot on the team, and this is a chance to tune up, to train, to prepare, and you can keep your eyes focused on the Olympics coming up.
Zachary Jensen, 20 years old on the inside. He's out of Prior Lake, Minnesota. On the outside, Mason Riley of Orlando, Florida, now 27, moved to the ice a little more than a year ago from inline skating. And that's our first double gun of the day. The first false start goes to the field, Joey. So if either false starts again, it's a disqualification.
That's right. You see the ref holding out the red flag there. That's for the outer skater, but it doesn't matter. Like you said, it's called to the field. These skaters will work their way back.
500 is Jensen's best event. The 20-year-old was the age group national champ in the 500 last year. It's an event that they hold near the end of each season where you're not just competing amongst all juniors or all seniors. You get to skate just against the other athletes that are your age and really measure yourself there.
That's right. You see Riley really taking his time getting back.
False start, inner lane.
Leaving Jensen just standing there. That was a trick I used to love when I get a false start. I would just take my time coming back and make the other guy sit there waiting.
You seem like such a nice guy, Joey, but you had the mind games figured out there at the highest level, huh?
Look, this is a world of hundredths of a second. We spent 15 years training for this one 34-second race. Guys have 37-second personals, so we're getting into that range where either of these guys has the talent, the speed to be able to take over the lead. 10.5 is the current opening split for the lead field. 10.54. There you go, a hundredth of a second. We're just seeing these skaters inch forward, a couple of hundredths each pair as they get better and better. Cruising down the line there, Jensen trying to set up a big outer corner.
Jensen to the outside, was 17th in the 1,000 yesterday. Trying to improve on that finish here and needs to be 37.54 to move into the lead. Jensen pulling away from Riley, and he stops the clock at 37.43, matching his personal best and taking over first.
Great race from Jensen. Bill, I'll tell you the thing I like most about it. He never looked panicked. He never looked like he was overskating. He was never getting over his toes, as sometimes happens when you're in this 500-meter race. Look at this last outer corner. really relaxed. And when he was skating, I was almost wondering if maybe his foot speed was a little slow for a 500 meters on the outer corner, but he just stayed super deep, coming all the way across the line here. Again, we would look at these videos, we draw a line through the shoulders, we draw a line through the hips, and we go, does this just stay level? Is he staying right on his pushes? Both of those, absolutely yes.
And Joey, this is the one event where there's only one crossover, so only one athlete gets a draft. So you'd think starting on the outside generally is the advantage because you get that draft in the backstretch. But the challenge is that means that then you go to the inside on that final turn, whereas the outer turn, which we just saw there from Jensen, is maybe the easier one to carry all that speed into.
That's right. The last inner of the 500 can be challenging. And if your strength is the straightaways, you don't really like going into the last inner.
Pair number 10 of 16, Brian Bullard, 31 years old from Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Silver at the Masters Sprint Championships this season. 16-year-old Sam Chamberlain. We liked what we saw from him, finishing 16th in the 1,000 yesterday.
Chamberlain's mother, then Jackie Linnell, was on the junior team with me, talented speed skater, and he is having a breakthrough performance, Sam Chamberlain. Whoa, 10-2, that's a big fast opening 100, fastest we've seen by far in the field. 0.3 of a second is huge in the opener. Now we're going to see guys who are going down in the 9 seconds, the guys competing for that last Olympic spots, those last Olympic spots. But that was a great start. And look at Sam coming on the inside. He was well down in the opener, but that was a great last inner corner.
The 16-year-old Chamberlain has moved ahead. He takes the pair, and he's into second. Couldn't quite hold off Jensen's time. 37.54.
That's all right. 10-4 for the 16-year-old, and that'll just get better and better and better as long as he keeps training. Fantastic last inner corner.
World Junior Championship is for sub-20-year-olds. He already qualified for a team at 16. That tells you his talent and potential building forward.
Yeah, look at this catch. He was down pretty far until he hit this corner. Wow, look, this is really solid skating. He's still, you can tell he's still gaining power and gaining muscle, but he's got great lean through that corner and just made up the difference. That was what put him into the lead of that pair and into the second overall. And then across the line. Here, this is what it looks like to see those few hundredths of a second when these guys are skating, battling back and forth over the lap and straightaway of the 400-meter oval.
Now, that was a photo finish for 600ths of a second there, so you can see how tight the margins can be. Jensen still leads 11 hundredths ahead of Sam Chamberlain, heading to pair 11. So now we're into the athletes that were seeded 7th to 12th coming in. You mentioned this is around where we start to see the times and the personal bests really drop here. We could see our first 36 times coming from these groups, like 22-year-old Augie Herman, who skated 36.38 this year. And then on the outside, 19-year-old Leo Drossis Thompson, who skated at last year's World Juniors.
Ready.
Yeah, Augie Herman skating really, really well. This 500 meters is his favorite race. He's strong, fast off the line. That 37, he's right on the limits of where 36 seems to be that moment when you're really competitive. 10:35, a couple hundredths off, but that's all right. He can make it up in a big lap here. He's a big guy, too. He's got a lot of power.
Herman's 22 years old out of Forest Lake, Minnesota. He was 10th in the 1,000 yesterday, trying to solidify another top 10 finish in the 500. Drossis Thompson looking to make a move on the inside. Herman keeping him at bay. Augie Herman stops the clock, sub 37 for the first time. It's a new top two, Herman and Drossis Thompson.
Fastest last lap by far of the field so far, 36.68. That's a mark where you really start saying, okay, we're seeing some competitive guys here. We're seeing some competitive times. You talk about the lanes as well. Augie Herman had that outer lane. Here he is blasting down the straightaway at the end of the race. He loves having that big swooping corner. He can power through it and use those long legs to start generating some speed there. Again, you see that kick? That's what stops that laser timer there. You got to keep your skate on the ice to stop the timer and to qualify. Yeah, he's excited. He should be. That was a good race.
Only athlete under 37 seconds at this point. 10 athletes remain. 5 pairs still to go. Jordan Stolz will be in the 16th and final pair. Top 6 in the U.S. rankings. are randomly drawn into those last 3 pairs. And remember, along with Stoles, there are 2 more Olympic spots on the line to be decided today and tomorrow, with the best time from either of the 2 500 meters.
And the other lane from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Ian Frederick.
Pair 12, Sabian Tinson on the inside, converted inline skater. His best inline event was 100 meters, so the 500's been his bread and butter on ice. To his outside, Ian Frederick, 23 years old. Frederick's out of Bluffdale, Utah.
Tinson's a great sprinter in his best race, the 500 meters. Look at that foot speed and power. That is a nice opener. He's a 3-time gold medalist in the inline world championship. So not just an inline skater, he's a world champion. Little far off the blocks, but I like that in the 500 when you're going into the first corner. I like setting it up wide so that you can really accelerate all the way through the corner. And both these guys are skating a good, solid race here. Tinson's got the advantage by quite a bit in the pair.
Tinson took to the ice a couple years before the last Olympic trials. Now he's 6 years deep into his skating career. Sabian Tinson, right about 36 seconds, 36:07. 6/10 better than Herman into the lead.
Great race for Tinson.
Your new leader at 36:07.
Great race in that 500, fast off the line. Really fast, 25 lap, first 25 lap we've seen. Little bobble there on the opening start. Coming around, Tinson just hold it together. Was starting to get a little wobbly. You see the shoulders shake back and forth, kind of twisting a bit. That's the only small change I would make there. Kicks his foot up. Boy, solid race to move into the lead. And we're starting to see some fast times now.
Inching closer to the sub-36 mark, Tinson guarantees himself a top 10 finish at Olympic trials with the 36:06 time. Augie Herman's also guaranteed into the top 10. 36:67 has him in second. 8 more skaters to come.
Connecticut, George Wheelock. And the other lane from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Herb Harbison.
This is pair number 13 of 16. On the inside lane, George Wheelock. He's 23 years old, originally from Old Greenwich, Connecticut, now trains out in Salt Lake City. Herb Harbison, 28 years old, from Philadelphia, converted inline skater. He lives and trains with Zach Stoppelmoor, who's hoping to make this 500-meter Olympic team.
Let me tell you about pressure. Both of these guys, their personal bests are slower than the current lead time. That's a hard position to be, especially if you're hoping to make a top 10 finish. Opening split there, 10-5. That is not going to cut it. You got to be quite a bit faster than that in the men's 500. You really want to be in the 10-0 and faster to even have a shot at the top 10. So both these guys have got a lot of work cut out for them off that slow opening 100 meters.
Harbison's gone to the inside, Wheelock to the outside. Harbison eats up that final corner, and he's moved ahead of Wheelock. Still very close in this pair. Harbison slides in front of Wheelock by 700ths, but they're back in 5th and 6th.
Yeah, both those guys really were out of it in the opening 100 meters. That's, you know, when I'm talking about the 500, you can't win it in the opening split, and you can lose it.
We're about to hit the crucial juncture here. Our final 3 pairs. Top 6 in terms of season's best this year in the United States. Our very next pair, Cooper McLeod and Zach Stoppelmoor. If you were ballparking things coming in, you'd say that McLeod and Stoppelmoor, based on how they've skated this year, are the 2 favorites after Stoles to get the Olympic spots. But now you got to go out and execute it.
That's right. Stoles is on the team by just dint of skating because of his performance this year. The Olympic team will be named out of these last 3 pairs. I guarantee that.
Cooper McLeod in this next pair, 24 years old. He was the bronze medalist in this event at last year's World Championships, and Joey, maybe you can claim just a tiny little bit of credit for that, as young Cooper McLeod at just 4 years old met you at a roller rink back in 2006 after your gold medal.
Just after I'd won. I can't claim any credit for the brilliant career this young man has had, but yeah, that was a pretty cool thing, although, man, I feel a lot older now.
Cooper missed out on the Olympics 4 years ago by 0.05 of a second, but he said that was the best thing for him. He wasn't ready to make the Olympics at that time. He's already earned a spot to Milan with his finish in the 1,000 yesterday, finishing second. Zach Stoppelmoor was just on the outside looking in yesterday, a 4th place finish in the 1,000. Hoping to make the Olympic team here in the 500. McLeod's on the inside, the 26-year-old out of West Des Moines, Iowa. Stoppelmoor on the outside.
Outside of the final pair with Stolz, this is the race to watch of this trials. Which of these two men can try and earn their way onto the Olympic team? 9-8 for both of these skaters. I have seen faster openers for both of them, but way ahead of the rest of the field. No surprise there. I'd say at this point, Stoppelmoor with a bit of an advantage, getting to chase McLeod into the last corner.
Yeah, Stoppelmoor got a draft there. It is still tight as can be. Stoppelmoor trying to slingshot off the inner. This is as close a pair as we've seen all day. McLeod stays just in front. He takes over first in 34.82. Stoppelmoor goes sub 35. They're both in great position looking toward tomorrow's second 500 and those 2 spots after Stolz.
Great race from both these guys. It was not a perfect race from either of these guys. A little slow off the opener, and at this point, I think Stoppelmoor is going to shoot through on the inside. He had a perfect setup there, coming around the last corner. Look how well he's leaning. McLeod, though, left side of your screen, skating so low. He's such a powerful skater. He's just accelerating. He manages to hang on to that slight advantage all the way across the line. These guys are fighting. Whoa! Cooper McLeod almost maybe had a little bobble, almost could have gone down across the line there, but he managed to hang on, and he's in the lead right now.
Yeah, kept it together, and both he and Stoppelmoor well positioned looking toward tomorrow's second 500 meters, because remember, along with Stolz, who gets a spot, 2 more 500-meter spots are available for the Milan Olympics in February. We know that Connor McDermott Mostowy will be there. There's the 26-year-old out of Washington, D.C. He was paired with Jordan Stolz yesterday. Stolz went down, and McDermott Mostowy basically on his own skated an incredible race to win the Olympic trials and earn his first trip to the games.
The best race I've ever seen from Connor McDermott Mostowy. Such a fantastic top speed. His first lap of that race was the fastest in the field, right there, tied with that Jordan Stolz lap. Look how pumped he is. He should be. Earns himself an Olympic berth.
4 years ago, he was terribly sick in the weeks leading up to the Olympic trials. Said it was so disappointing to not be able to be anywhere near his best. Stuck with it through the last cycle, skating as consistently as he has in his entire career. Austin Kleba was a Beijing Olympian in the 500 and 1,000. He skates here in the outside lane.
Ready.
This is a good pairing. I'm really curious to see what Connor McDermott Mostowy is going to do. He's not often the fastest guy off the line, but he's showing how fast he is at top speed. Austin Kleba, known as a good opener, 10.07, oh, 10.22. That is a really pedestrian opener for McDermott Mostowy. That's going to be hard for him to make up. He's down almost 0.4 of a second just in the opening 100 meters.
He's known more for the 1,000 and the 1,500, where we'll see him skate in about an hour's time here. Kleba on the inside trying to gain some ground back, but now McDermott Mostowy hitting his top speed and moving away. Not going to be enough to take over a top 2 spot. He's into third at 35.16. 4th place for Kleba, 35.52.
Cooper McLeod keeping the lead at 34.82. Stoppelmoor second.
Joe, you'd say McDermott Mostowy, his best chance to get a second starting spot at the Olympics is likely the 1,500 coming up, but you saw the top speed there by the end once he got up to speed.
I would say the 1,500 is probably his best race, or I would have thought so before he skated that 1,000 that we saw. He's got speed, and he's strong at the end. That's the kicker, obviously, the thing that matters in the 1,500. 500, his Achilles heel in this race has always been his opener.
Meanwhile, Cooper McLeod and Zach Stoppelmoor can take at least a little bit of a sigh of relief. They know that they'll be in 2 very good spots heading to tomorrow and the second 500. Jordan Stolz is up next. His dad, Dirk, seated in the black jacket. His mom, Jane, standing up there on the right side. They're both relatively relaxed before Jordan goes here in the 500. Helps that he already has his spot pre-qualified based on his World Cup success this year. Just by skating here in this 500, he is given a position in Milan. But you know, after that stumble yesterday, as ferocious a competitor as he is, he wants to come out and have two impressive performances today.
He is a competitor. He puts on a show every time he steps on the ice. One thing I'm looking for, he is so much faster than his pair. There's going to be a crossover on the back. Stolz will be on the outer. He's potentially, he could go over the top of his pair. We want to watch out for that.
Stolz, an American record holder in this event,
Right.
two-time world champion in the 500 meters.
He has a personal best on this track, which is the track record of over a second faster than where the field is right now. Let's watch this opening split for Stolz. 980, fastest we've seen yet. Looks like he's not going to have any trouble on the crossover here, but boy, he is going to be a freight train coming down this back stretch as he cranks up the speed.
Absolutely tracking down Tanner Worley. Now Jordan Stolz goes to work where he is so strong technically in the corners. Stolz has moved ahead. Time to beat his 34.82. Jordan Stolz digging for the line. Stolz across. He's into the lead. 34.76. So Stolz wins day one of the men's 500. He is qualified for the Olympics by virtue of his pre-qualification. And in the midst of a massive training block, he still proves to be the fastest here.
That's right. Everyone else is treating this like the race they need of their lives. For Jordan Stolz on the backstretch, it's just another Sunday skate. He makes it look so easy. This is where he is better than anybody in the world. Look at this corner technique. Traveling in the upper 30s going around here. He's so much powerful. Coming across the line here, putting himself in the lead, makes it look easy.
And congratulations to Tanner Worley, top five, top five.
That's how you know that Jordan Stolz is the best in the world. He wins the day, and his parents look at that 34.76 and shrug the shoulders.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah,
It's a training block for the young man.
Yeah, he's been training incredibly hard. His coach Bob Corby told us last week he did some of the most impressive training he's ever seen. And so it's not all that surprising that he's not hitting those crazy top times. Even so, he picks up the win in day one of the 500, and he's due up in the 1500 in about an hour's time.